I'm working on figuring out how this Premiere Pro 2022 text works. And I'm working on these two clips here. And as I scrub through them, you can see this text here is starting to move across the screen. And then it goes a little down, and then it starts to come back up, and it goes off the screen, and then it's just moving. There's these little jumps right around, and I'm not understanding what's going on. So this is what I discovered. If I, well, let's back up. Here's how I got to where I am. If you hold down the Alt key and press this clip and move it over here, it duplicates it. Now, let's say we're going to write something on that screen, which is what I did over here. I'm going to write some text. Now, some people go to Project Panel, then New Item, then Black Screen. That's a way to get a black screen like this. But I've discovered that if you go over here and just click on the text tool, and as soon as you start to type something up here, notice there's this black screen and this thing called text shows up. So let's write in here test and notice that well, it's not there yet. Let's click up here, then see it appears. When I click on this, this gets highlighted and this screen becomes active. Vector motion, see now if I unscroll this, all this stuff about text shows up. Let's say in order for us to go on, I don't want this here anymore. I don't want that, and I don't want that. So one of the ways to get rid of this is once it's highlighted here, just hit the delete key, and it's gone. The text is gone. On this, highlight that, hit the delete key, and it's gone. Highlight this, hit the delete key, and it's gone. So that's a little bit about how text works. So there is this clip up here, this black one, and let's look at what's on it. So I'm going to mute that video. And now we can see what's on this clip that's black. And see how it moves around? I don't like how it moves around. I don't understand why it's doing that. So let's click on it, make it active with the white border. And you see up here it says text, Gino said use Glacier. So we want to work with that and scroll it down. And you can see the key points here that have to do with position. If you have your screen smashed together like this, you can't work with this in a way that we need to, at least in a way that makes it easy. So we need to pull it out here so we can see these keyframes. Let's advance through the keyframes. This is the first one. That's all the way to the left. This is darkened, so you can't go more to the left. Now let's look at the next keyframe. That's this one here. That's strange. So let's hit the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Well, there's 3 keyframes in here, and that's the last one. So let's back through them. That is this keyframe. And there's another, and then there's that one. and that. So let's say we don't want all these keyframes in here. So we go to this one and we can click on this, add remove, and it removes that keyframe. Then we'll go to the next one, click on that, and that removes that keyframe. And there's another keyframe in there. Let's remove that. Oh, that removes all of them. So that scrolls us through. Let's just hit Control Z, and that gives us that frame back. So let's see what we have scrolling through this. Gino said use Glacier, and it about goes off the screen but comes back. But right here, I don't want it to do this. I want it to leave the screen by going up. Let's leave that one like that and take this one, and we're going to make sure we're on that one, and we're going to work with that. So the text is over here, but we want it to go off the screen up, not sideways. There's two ways to do that. Now, we're working with position, so it's going to work to have that thing highlighted. You can delete it. If you hit the delete key, it'll operate on this. When this is highlighted, you know you're operating on that. See, when I click down here, these things become white, and if I click on this, they become blue, and they can be now edited. So we're on the last keyframe, which has our text box over here. Now we can grab this tool and move it up off the screen where I want it. And it will do that. Move it around. Gino said use Glacier, and now it's heading up to the top of the screen. Okay, let's back up and talk about another way to do that. On this last one, that's where we want to be. Let's highlight this. Go to the last one. And this is off to the left. By the way, see this dotted line? This is the line that travels. And you can't see that line if you have this one to where you can see it. You have to blind that. So we want this to go up. And we can do that. We're on this keyframe, highlight position, and grab this, and see we can move that around. So we'll move it out here, and then we'll move it up. That's where I want it to go off the screen up, like that. So let's scrub through it. Gina said use Glacier. It's about to go off to the left, but it comes back and goes. Yeah, see this keyframe here? We need to do some work on that one. Click on that, and let's have it come out here so we can see Glacier. Now, let's scroll through it. Gino said use Glacier. We're going off the screen, but it comes back on the screen and then goes up. So that's the effect that I'm working on. And that's how you do that.